My name is Siti Nomaira binti Ahmad Fauzi. I will give introduction for our project. In mathematics, the terms volume refer to the amount of space occupied by a three-dimensional object. It is often measured in cubic units, such as cubic meters, cubic feet, or cubic centimeters. In mathematics, the term surface area refers to the total areas that covers the outside of the three-dimensional object. For this project, we are making toys for kids that provide safety with ease, safe for kids to play with. For this project, the toys created are aimed at developing children's imagination and attracting children's interest in geometric shape. To build the toys, we use combination of various geometry shapes such as cuboid, cylinder, and prism. For those combinations for the shape, we calculate the surface area and also volume for the toys to exist.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Shafin Al-Fahmi Syukur. For this project, it has three objectives. Firstly, students able to calculate the surface area and the volume of the toy created. The toys allow us to calculate the surface area and the volume that consists the various shapes. Second, help students to understand and apply the concept of surface area and the volume in three-dimensional. We can design the toys that have several three-dimensional shapes, such as cylinder, cuboid, and prism. Lastly, students can develop their critical thinking and problem-solving skill. They have determined which formula to use and how to measure the dimension of object. For example, in finding surface area, prism shapes is BA plus BC plus AC plus CD, while the volume is area of crossing section multiplied by the length.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Fahmi Mustaqim bin Ahmad Dasuki. For our diagram, we decide to choose this type of toys. These toys contain cylinder, prism, cuboid, and half cylinder. Material that we decide to use for this project are wood block. Next, we move to our geometrical problem solving. For the calculation of the surface area, we use equation 2 times A times C plus A times B plus B times C for the cuboid, where A is the width of the object, B the length of the object, and C height for the object. The value of A equal to 80, B equal to 120, and C equal to 40. When we substitute to the equation, we get 35,200 millimeters square. Next, also for the cuboid, we use the same equation, where is 2 times A times C plus A times B plus B times C. Value of A equal to 60, B equal to 80, and C equal to 60. When we substitute to the equation, we get 26,400 millimeters square. Next, for the prism, we use equation B times A plus B times C plus A times C plus C times D, where A equal to 40, B equal to 30, C equal to 80, and D equal to 50. When we substitute to the equation, we can get 10,800 millimeters square. Next, we move to the half cylinder. Half cylinder, we use equation pi times r times h plus pi times r square plus 2 times r times h, where r is 40 and h is 80. When we substitute to the equation, we get 21,479.64 millimeters square. Next, for the cylinder. For the cylinder, we use equation 2 times pi times r times r plus h, where r equal to 20 and h equal to 60. When we substitute to the equation, we get 10,053.1 millimeter square. Next, for the other cylinder, we use same equation but different value of r and h, where is r equal to 10 and h equal to 30. When we substitute to the equation, we get 2,513.27 millimeter square. For the last 4 cylinder, we use also same equation. For the value of r equal to 20 and h equal to 20, we substitute to the equation, we get 5,026.55 millimeter square.
For the next part of the calculation is volume. So the first part of the toy is cuboid. The formula volume for cuboid is A times B times C, which is A stands for length, B is width, C is height. So the value of A is 80 millimeter, B is 120 millimeter, and C is 60 millimeter. We substitute all the value into the equation and we get the answer is 384,000 millimeter cube. So the next part of the toy is also a cuboid. We use the same formula and submit all the value into the equation and we get the answer is 288,000 millimeter cube. The third part of the toy is prism. The formula volume for prism is area of cross section times length. Area is 1 over 2 times base times height, which is base equal to 30 millimeter and height is 40 millimeter. For the length, the value is 80 millimeter. Again, substitute all the value into the equation and you will get the answer is 48,000 millimeter cubes. For the next part of the toy is semi. So the next part of the toy is semi-cylinder. The formula of volume for semi-cylinder is 1 over 2 pi r square h. The radius of the semi-cylinder is 40 millimeter and the height is 80 millimeter. Substitute all the value into the equation and you will get the answer is 201,061.93 millimeter cube. For the rest part of the toy is cylinder. So formula volume of cylinder is pi r square h. R is 20 millimeter and the height is 60 millimeter. Substitute all the volume into the formula and you will get the answer for the cylinder 1. For the next cylinder 2 and 3, we use the same formula for cylinder. Again, substitute all the value into the formula and you will get the volume for cylinder 2 and 3. After all the calculation volume for the toy, we total up all the volume and we get the volume of the toy that we create as shown below.
My name is Muhammad Bilal bin Daud. For the conclusion of this project, we are able to create a toy that meets children's criteria such as toy safety, attractiveness, and can also develop their imagination and thinking about geometry shape. We are able to determine the toy's volume and surface area. It also helps in the application of the concept of volume and surface area in 3 dimensions to student understanding and learning. Since we must choose which formula to use and how to measure the dimension of object, we can improve our critical thinking and problem solving abilities. That's all from us. Thank you.